In the shadows where truth and tales intertwine, we find the thrilling, the chilling, the downright spine-tingling. From the paranormal to the peculiar, every echo has a story. Dare to delve into the unexpected, the unexplained? Brace yourself, for you're about to embark on a journey where fear meets fascination. Stay tuned if you dare, for stories that will make your heart race and your mind ponder. Welcome to the realm of the eerie, the realm of the unknown. And remember, like and subscribe, if you dare. In the dim glow of the moonlight, I trudged through the dense woods, my senses heightened by the eerie silence that enveloped the night. I am Dennis, a retired FBI special agent, seasoned by years of hunting down the most dangerous of criminals. Yet, on this mission, I was not hunting a man, but a mystery that had swallowed up several lives in its enigmatic maw. The locals had spoken in hushed whispers of a faceless man who haunted these woods. They said he was a spectral figure that left no trace, a phantom that struck paralyzing fear into the hearts of those who dared to trespass his domain. I, however, dismissed these tales as mere folklore, figments of overactive imaginations fueled by fear of the unknown. As I ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, the air grew dense with an unsettling stillness. The usual nocturnal chorus of rustling leaves and distant hoots of owls mutated into an oppressive silence, seemingly suffocating the very life out of the woods. My flashlight sliced through the inky blackness, its beam revealing gnarled branches that twisted like skeletal fingers, reaching out from the foreboding shadows. A sudden chill seeped into the air, and an inexplicable feeling of unease began to settle in the pit of my stomach. I tightened my grip on my weapon, my trained eyes scanning the surroundings with heightened caution. The echo of my footsteps seemed to reverberate through the silent abyss, each crunch of the fallen leaves amplifying my burgeoning sense of vulnerability. Then, almost imperceptibly, the woods came alive with whispers. Indistinct murmurs swirled around me, their source hidden in the shadows. The words were elusive, slipping through my comprehension like elusive specters, their taunting laughter echoing in my ears. With each step I took, the whispers grew louder, forming a symphony of dissonant tones that seemed to penetrate my very soul. My flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing gnarled branches that twisted like skeletal fingers, reaching out from the shadows. A sudden chill gripped the air, and a feeling of unease settled in the pit of my stomach. The stillness of the night was shattered by the whispers of the trees, an unseen chorus that seemed to echo from every shadow. My senses were on high alert, every nerve straining to decipher the sounds that danced on the edge of audibility. The woods opened up into a clearing, a stage set by the moonlight for a single solitary figure. A figure that stood motionless, its form cast in an otherworldly glow. As I raised my flashlight, the beam fell upon a face, or rather, the lack of one. It was a man, but where his features should have been, there was only emptiness, a black void that sent shivers down my spine. "Special Agent Dennis," a voice echoed, not through the air, but inside my mind. It was cold, devoid of emotion, and yet filled with an ominous resonance that made my blood run cold. The faceless man stood still, yet his presence seemed to fill the clearing, a malevolent force that permeated the very air I breathed. I tried to respond, to assert my authority, but my voice was a mere whisper in the wind, swallowed by the oppressive silence. The figure began to move, gliding towards me with an unnatural grace that belied the terror it instilled. My hand reached for my radio, fingers trembling as I pressed the call button, but the forest swallowed my plea for help. The whispers grew louder, a discordant symphony that seemed to reverberate within my very soul. The figure was upon me now, its faceless visage a terrifying abyss that threatened to consume me. Panic set in, and I fumbled for my radio to call for backup. But the forest seemed to swallow my signals. The faceless man was a specter in the night, a chilling reminder of the unknown that lurked just beyond the veil of understanding. The encounter was over as quickly as it began, leaving me alone in the silent woods, the echoes of the faceless man's voice still ringing in my ears. In the blink of an eye, he was upon me. The faceless man, a specter of the night, seemed to glide effortlessly across the clearing, his form an eerily silent silhouette against the moonlit backdrop. My heart pounded like a war drum in my chest, each beat echoing the primal fear that coursed through my veins. His lack of features was a void that seemed to draw in the surrounding light, creating an unsettling contrast against the pale glow of the moon. I could feel his cold, featureless gaze, a chilling sensation that sent a shiver down my spine. Despite having no eyes, I knew he was watching me, his attention focused with an intensity that was almost palpable. As he moved closer, the whispers that had once been a mere murmur in the forest grew louder, morphing into a symphony of dissonant voices. They swirled around me, their indistinct words intertwining with the chilling breeze, creating a haunting melody that resonated within the confines of my mind. Time seemed to lose its meaning, each second stretching into an eternity as I stood rooted to the spot, trapped in the faceless man's aura of dread. The world around me started to warp, the forest blurring at the edges until all that remained was the figure before me. Then, just as the fear threatened to consume me, a suffocating darkness crept in, swallowing the moonlight and casting the world into an abyss of shadows. It felt as if the very air had been sucked out of the clearing, replaced with a cold void that seeped into my bones. I could still feel his presence, an oppressive force that lingered in the darkness. Despite the lack of light, I could see him, his form standing out against the pitch black, a phantom forever etched into my mind. His attack was not physical, yet it was devastating. It was an assault on my sanity, a relentless barrage of fear that threatened to shatter my resolve. I could feel my strength waning, the darkness creeping in, threatening to consume me. Time seemed to warp as a suffocating darkness enveloped my consciousness. This was the Faceless Man's attack, a terrifying encounter that would forever haunt my dreams and taint my perception of the world. The next thing I knew, I was alone in the silent woods. The Faceless Man vanished without a trace. The forest, once teeming with whispers and a spectral presence, was now eerily silent, save for the soft rustling of leaves in the wind. With the disappearance of the Faceless Man, it seemed as though the forest had exhaled, releasing a breath it had been holding since my arrival. I found myself disoriented, the events of the night cascading through my mind in a disjointed flurry. The Faceless Man, the whispers, the chilling voice that echoed in my mind, they all seemed like fragments of a nightmarish dream. Yet the cold sweat trickling down my spine and the pounding of my heart were all too real, chilling reminders of the uncanny encounter. I rose slowly, my body heavy with exhaustion. The forest around me, once familiar and comforting, now felt foreign and hostile. Each shadow seemed to conceal a lurking horror, each rustle of the leaves a sinister whisper. I tightened my grip on my flashlight, the feeble beam of light my only refuge in the enveloping darkness. With each step, I felt the weight of the forest pressing against me, as if trying to swallow me into its depths. I stumbled over roots and slipped on damp leaves, my progress slow and laborious. Yet I pressed on, driven by a primal instinct to escape the oppressive silence and return to the safety of civilization. As I navigated the labyrinthine forest, the haunting image of the Faceless Man flickered in my mind. His absence was as unsettling as his presence, a void that echoed with whispers of the unknown. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that unseen eyes were tracing my every move, waiting for the right moment to strike. The once familiar landscape now felt alien, each tree a twisted sentinel, each path a winding maze leading deeper into the heart of the unknown. Yet I stumbled my way back to civilization, my body bruised and battered, my spirit shaken but unbroken. I was haunted by the encounter with the enigmatic figure that defied reason, a chilling reminder of the inexplicable horrors that lurk in the shadows, waiting to reveal themselves to those who dare to seek the truth. To this day, the memory of that night lingers, a chilling reminder that there are forces in the shadows. It's an echo in the back of my mind, a shadow that follows me even in the brightest of days. The encounter with the Faceless Man wasn't just a test of my courage, but a test of my understanding of the world as I knew it. The Faceless Man wasn't just a figment of imagination spun by the locals. He was real as the fear that seized me that night in the woods. He was a manifestation of the unknown, the inexplicable, a testament to the mysteries that lie beyond the realms of human comprehension. I've seen things in my career, things that would make your skin crawl, but nothing compares to the Faceless Man. He was an enigma, a paradox, a question with no answers. He was a faceless terror in the dark, a spectral figure that left no trace, yet left an indelible mark on my psyche. His existence challenged everything I thought I knew. It forced me to question the nature of reality, the boundaries of the known and the unknown. It forced me to accept the existence of forces beyond human understanding, forces that lurk in the shadows hidden from the prying eyes of man. But as unnerving as it was, the encounter with the faceless man was also a revelation. It opened my eyes to the mysteries of the universe, mysteries that remain unsolved, mysteries that continue to tantalize and terrify us. It reaffirmed the fact that we are but a speck in the vast cosmos, surrounded by countless enigmas waiting to be discovered. In the end, the faceless man was not just an adversary, but a teacher. He taught me the value of curiosity, the importance of pushing boundaries, of daring to explore the unexplored. He taught me that fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it should never deter us from seeking the truth. The encounter with the faceless man was a defining moment in my life, a moment that continues to shape my understanding of the world. It's a chilling reminder that there are forces in the shadows, lurking beyond the realm of understanding, waiting to reveal themselves to those who dare to seek the truth. And so, our tale of the campfire horrors comes to an end. Until next time, sleep tight. Before we part ways, dear viewers, remember to stay vigilant. The campfire horrors may have been extinguished for now, but the embers of the unknown always remain. As you lay down to sleep tonight, don't forget the lessons from our tale. Safety is but a fleeting moment in a world of unseen. So, if you've enjoyed this journey into the abyss, don't forget to ring that bell and smash that like button. Do it before the thing under your bed decides to pay you a visit. Oh, and keep those night lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the dark. Thank you for embarking on this terrifying adventure with us. Until our paths cross again in another tale of the unknown. Goodbye and sweet dreams, if you can.